time is now.
NUFC Undisputed
with Christine American Mad and Derek the Mighty Win and UFC Talk Radio, the voice of the Toon Army.
Good morning. Hello, everyone. Welcome to NUFC Talk. We are live, so don't forget to smash the like button. Subscribe to the channel. Become a member if you can. You can super chat, help the channel grow. We definitely need those and appreciate those. So please super chat if it's in your time to do so. But most importantly, you can have your say. Call us now, 0191-916-8864. Have your say, ladies and gents. Is this a breaking point? No, man, it's the same number, man.
01861.
What? This is unbelievable, man. You are knackered, man. 0191-916-8864, ladies and gents. Call us now. Always been the same number. Forever and ever and ever. I don't know what's the matter with this guy, man.
Oh, man.
Too early for you, maybe. We already got a caller in the house, ladies and gents. Please do that. Be respectful. You know, do your thing. Don't go. It's 11 a.m. I don't know if anybody's going to be drunk this early, but maybe. I don't know. You never know. So just relax. We got a new caller already before Mighty Win can say anything. Choppy in the house. How are you, Choppy?
Pretty annoyed.
Pretty annoyed, huh? Pretty annoyed.
Bloody annoyed. Not pretty. No, I'm a lot better than I was yesterday.
The dust has settled, has it?
Win.
I say, Choppy, the dust has settled, has it?
Oh yeah, the dust has settled. Yeah, well, enough. I can talk. I can talk sense. Do you think Eddie's deluded of ideas? Like, I mean, was there a game plan for yesterday's game?
Not that I could see. I mean,
pretty awful.
I mean, you know, when I saw the lineup, I immediately thought, right, he's decided to stuff all this possession nonsense and go back to what he's good at, high intensity, hit them high on the pitch, press them, get the ball back, do a thing. And there was just absolutely no sign of that happening at all. So what was the point of picking that lineup? The only point of picking that lineup is so you can press high, as far as I could see. And then we went and sat back, which defeated the object of putting those players on the pitch.
There was no positivity at all. Not any.
There was no positives to take out of that game and the story. Sorry, Chuck, I'm taking your time up. Carry on, mate.
Oh no, I don't mind that at all. I don't know when the next win's coming from. It reminds me of Bruce Ball.
Like, ooh, a lot of Bruce Ball, yeah. Well,
I know I struck a nerve there, like, but it can be if it's not working after like 15 minutes.
This is the other thing. This is the other thing. It was apparent it wasn't working.
Yeah. Mind you, Sunderland went much better. It was drab.
But Sunderland were crap. You know, that game was there to be won. Apart from Walter Marta's header, they had one shot on target in 90 minutes. In the first half, you know, but they wanted it more than we wanted it. They got every second ball. They wanted the game more than we did. They played us the way we would have played them 4 years ago.
Yeah,
when Eddie first came in with the intensity and the desire and all that. You know, we were surprising teams then the way they are surprising teams now. In 22, 23, I'm on about the second season when we got the half decent players in and we went on the high press. That's the best season in my lifetime, as far as I'm concerned. when we got
learn
in the
of that.
Champions League that year and got to Wembley. And that was all on the back of high intensity physical work, which has gone out the window.
I was kind of fun.
Has it gone out the window because Bunce has been brought in to limit injuries, because obviously during that period of time we suffered the following season badly when we got into Europe because of injuries, which was put down to the fact that we were playing such intense football with such a small squad. So we're not getting the injuries now. But to tell you what, we're not getting the football now. You give me injuries of football, I'll take the injuries. Just get a bigger squad.
Yeah.
In fact, we've got a bigger squad now as well. So there's no reason for it. But there was nothing yesterday. It was a disgrace, absolute utter disgrace.
It's disgraceful, man. Choppy, are you Eddie in or out at the moment?
Yesterday I was Eddie out, but I'm just going to go with the floor.
Yes,
if he's in the job in a fortnight's time, so be it. But if he isn't, well, so be it as well. I couldn't really. I don't really care either way.
There you go.
But I just,
yeah. All right, Choppy. Well, thank you very much, mate. Appreciate your calling. All right. Thank you very much. Choppy. See you, mate. See ya. Choppy in the house there, ladies and gents. Call us now, have your say. Maybe if you didn't get a chance to do that yesterday, please do so now and have your say. And so have you watched the game over? Have you?
I've watched. I've watched it twice now.
Have you came to your senses? I mean, you are basically just not doing what your mind is telling you.
I am doing what my mind's telling me.
I mean, you're basically hanging on a thread. I don't know why.
Yeah. Hanging on a thread. But
I mean, and there's really nothing to back your point other than just
two games to go. No, because if we lose against, if we don't beat Chelsea now, any hope of being within 3 points of Champions League at Christmas is out the window. So
it's very disheartening what's going on.
So he's got Fulham, which again is a big game.
The situation that
we've got Chelsea, but again, Newcastle are just the sort of team that, they love to kick you when they're down, and then they'll give you a coke injection when you think there's no hope. You're in hospital and they give you that shot of morphine, and you're a new man.
But you said, but how can you go from that saying that we're on morphine, and then you at the same token say that we'll be all right, there's no problem, more or less not seeing what other people are seeing, that it's not as bad as people see.
Who says I'm not? Who says I'm not seeing what other people are seeing?
First of all, you said before the Mackems that it's not as bad as you make it out to be, talking to me. So if you agree that you're hanging by a thread, and you agree that we're right now at this moment we're on life support more or less, then you can't agree that it's not as bad as I make it seem. So which one is it at this point? The fact that you don't want to say Eddie Howe. Do you want to say Eddie Howe? That's up to you.
No, I don't want to say Eddie Howe yet. No, I don't.
That's up to you. But don't make it look like
last resort.
But don't make it look like everybody else is crazy, and it's not as bad as I make it.
Well, we'll see. We'll see ultimately who's
we don't need to see. We've already seen right now what it is.
And I've seen it the same as everybody else has seen it, and it's not good. It's not good at all.
It's not just as bad as I make it seem. It's pretty bad. You agree with that?
Yeah, it is bad. Yesterday's performance was absolutely unacceptable on a number of fronts. First of all, if you're going to make that team selection, which I had no particular qualms about, although why Alanga should be getting a game is debatable, but then if you query that, you query why did we pay £55 million for him? Well, we know why we paid £55 million for him, because there is definitely something there. But he ain't shown it in the black and white shirt yet. Of very fleeting glimpses is all we've seen. And one of Eddie's claims to fame, if you like, is that he improves players. So we expected Alanga to improve. And looking at his performances, he's regressed, which is a bad sign, because if you're saying, which I have done, that one of Eddie's major strengths is his ability to improve players, then that hasn't worked. But here again, we've got this situation where he's not getting the time on the training pitch for to work his magic, because it's just game after game after game. Now, that sadly, that goes along with the territory. If you're a manager in Europe, then, which is what we want to be, consistently playing 2 games a week, then you ain't going to get 7 days a week on the training pitch. So has he proven to be a manager who can't do 2 games a week? That's what it's looking like to me.
Seems that way.
And if that's the case, then he is not the guy to take us to the next level, because we need somebody who can use whatever management skills he's got with just a couple of days on the training pitch in between games.
Toon Army says Becky Langley got sacked for less in their respective role, of course.
Well, to be fair, though, far be it from me to talk about the ladies' game, but, Betty Langley had more money to spend than anybody else that she was up against. So she just spent her way out of 2 divisions.
But that's not a way of putting it. Eddie Howe spent more money, spent a lot of money to be in the position that he is in now. So,
yeah, but everybody spent a lot of money.
No. He spent money to be in a better position than he is now, and that's the bottom line. You cannot sugarcoat that. He spent more money than the position where we at right now.
And you can't unsugarcoat the fact that we had a nightmare of a transfer window due to the Isaac saga, and the players that he spent the money on haven't been available.
That's for the birds, man. Ain't nobody got time for
It's not for the birds, it's a fact.
It is for the birds, man, because nobody's looking at that. How come the vast majority of Newcastle fans now are on the dark side?
I am looking at it. People with sensible heads are looking at it.
No, they're not, actually. No. They see that it's a problem, but it's over now. So the team is not performing. The team is not performing whatsoever. They're not performing. They're not interested. They're not bothered on the pitch. That's the problem. So it's beyond Isak. You can't say Isak leaves and all of a sudden everybody stops trying. That's not it, man. That is not it. And
Could that not be it?
You serious? Isak leaves and every player stops trying playing. How can that be?
Because all of a sudden, the stellar players that we've got, we all know who they are, look at the situation and say, hold on, this is not the dream we were sold. We were sold we were going places, and now we're selling our best player. And have they lost heart through that? Because they're saying, you know, if
Is
we
there,
are selling...
wait, hold on. Well, you keep on going about that. Is there no blame whatsoever to put on Eddie Howe?
Of course, I'm
Like
putting the blame on
it's incredible, this man. It's incredible. He's completely lost the plot, man. And the fact of the matter is, when he gets on the mic after the game, he doesn't even look straight at the camera and tell the truth, man. Literally, it's like his house is getting burned down to the ground, and he tells you it's a positive because he stays warm a little bit. It's insane, man. It's insane. There's no honesty whatsoever. And so you cannot pass blame on him. And it's like every disaster happens to him. Every disaster happens around him.
What are you saying? I cannot put blame on him. I've done nothing else but put blame on him.
Because you keep saying, you put blame on him, and then immediately talk about what's happened, and therefore it's okay because the poor guys just look at everything that's happened to him, more or less. And you can't do that, man. This guy has to have a lot of responsibility for what's going on the pitch.
He certainly has.
And first of all, say it is true that Isak leaving all of a sudden has destroyed the whole team beyond fixing. Well, that's also his problem because she's a manager.
In more ways than one.
He's also a manager, and he should be able to get this team back into a positive mentality.
That's right.
That's also his problem. So if you really want to go that way, which I don't think,
which he's not doing very well at the minute.
Well, it's always going to be at the minute, when you know that, right? You know that, right? There's always going to be a president. You're always going to be able to say at the minute, at the minute, at the minute. But eventually, at the minute, it's going to have to become that's it. Because we could.
I've said for 2 years when that line is. I said it last season, and I've said it this season.
Because at this point in time, to be honest, I thought about this yesterday. This is the same as Bruce. This is the same. And there's no difference whatsoever right now between Bruce and Eddie Howe right now. The only difference is hope. And that can go many ways. But as far as Newcastle United playing, it's the same exact sentiments from fans.
Right. Newcastle United
losing their mind
under Steve Bruce was park the bus and give the ball to Maxi.
Yeah, and what happened yesterday? No, be objective and look at it for real.
I've already said what happened yesterday. Yesterday was a disgrace.
We parked the bus and we gave the ball to the Mackems deliberately. If Bruce had done that against the Mackems, it would be triple the riots than there were yesterday. So let's not be two-faced about this whole situation, man.
I'm not being two-faced.
You are.
No, I'm not.
There's no base to why you think Eddie Howe can
Eddie Howe has not learned anything. I haven't seen any evidence anywhere to say that he's learned anything about game management. Because yet again, which I said yesterday, it was apparent after certainly, I would say 20 minutes, but let's go stupid and say half an hour, that it wasn't working. Whatever plan he'd devised, whatever he'd sent them out to do wasn't working. And he did absolutely nothing to change that. And that's not acceptable. And then, as usual, the subs and this is the other thing, putting 3 subs on all at the same time. You know, so you've got a complete show. Everybody's getting reset and you know. Put your first one on at half time. Have 10 minutes, get him getting up to the speed of the game, and then shove another one on, and then shove another one on. His game management is verging on non-existent now.
Yeah, there you go.
Spin a coin and hope.
But that's
not good enough unless you get results. And he's not getting results either.
Here's the thing. I said Eddie Howe needs to be sacked yesterday. finally coming to that conclusion. I'm neither on the dark side or on the bright side or on any side. I'm on the objective side. And I've been holding on to not saying that because I didn't think it's going to fix anything. I don't think that, to be honest, sacking him now puts us in a very bad predicament. I'm contradicting myself there, but I think he needs to go. And that means now or at the end of the season, at most. Because I probably prefer at the end of the season, to be honest, to make it clear it's last season. So, and it's probably going to knacker our season to the point where we don't finish in Champions League or in Europe. So it's a bad thing. But the point is, I don't think you can finding around and get a manager that's not going to be good enough. I don't think there are any managers now that are really good or would be an improvement or would get fans excited. I think Xabi Alonso is one of them. But I think he is right that he probably will wait and see what Liverpool is doing because, he played at Liverpool and he is a football legend on his own right. So he'll be a great manager. I don't like Cesc Fabregas. I don't believe that managing a Como one good season is good enough to manage Newcastle United. So my statements on standards also maintain when getting a manager. We need to get somebody that's already proven. We already did our thing with Eddie Howe. He learned as a manager, hasn't been learning as of late, so we need to learn our lesson as well. We don't have time to wait for a manager to keep learning. So that's my biggest problem. But my main thing for saying Eddie Howe needs to be sacked now is just because I don't think he can convince these players. And actually, it's not about yesterday. It's been building and building and building. There's nothing on the pitch for me to say they trust him, they believe in him, or they want to do what he tells them to do. I mean, because think about it. Eddie Howe, he always comes out and says, we do this, we do that, and basically, it feels like when we argue whether he's telling them to be defensive. No, he's not. Or he would say, no, that's not the game plan. Then they're not listening to him. They're not listening to him, and it's not the first time. It's over and over and over. And if he can control his man, I remember yesterday specifically.
And that's what's noticeable. He's saying, no, that's not what we're set out to do. Okay, well, he stood on the touchline.
Exactly.
His job is that if they're not carrying out what he said they've got to do, say, right, listen, pal, you either do it or you're hooked.
Exactly.
And that's not there. That's not there.
And I saw that, and I don't think he can turn it. I don't think he can turn it around. Now, whether you think, because you might think, well, it's a travesty because now you got to sack a manager because players are not trying. Unfortunately, that's the nature of the beast. There's nothing you can do about it.
That's absolutely the nature of the beast. Once you lose the dressing room, that's it, kid. You're on your bike.
And it's unfortunate. It's very unfortunate. But I remember a specific case where he wanted the press yesterday.
Unless you're as stubborn as, let's say, Man United have been with Amorim, and they just say, no, we're backing him. And it looks as though they may have turned the corner now.
Yeah. We got a new caller this morning. Good morning, mate. How are you?
Hello, my name's Anthony.
Anthony, where are you calling from, bud?
I'm calling from South Shields.
South Shields, a sand dancer, man.
I'm dancer.
So you're gonna have a horrible day today, then.
Oh yeah, man.
I'm getting my car fixed as well. So it broke down on Monday, and I thought, if we get this win over the Mackems, see what happens. I could turn my car around,
That's right. Mate, what do you think about yesterday? It was a travesty, wasn't it?
Oh, it was a nightmare. Mind you, I'm on the Eddie Howe bench. I think I'm on the fence. I don't think we should get rid of him, not yet, because you have to think whoever got to replace him, if he was to go. The only thing I could get in my mind is Jose Mourinho, if he's linked to Newcastle. And if you want a top quality manager to take with places, that's got to be the guy.
Well, I think he would certainly come, but is he not? Has he not had
Aye.
his day? Do you not think?
Well, I don't know. He's Premier League proven manager,
He is absolutely, yeah.
and
Europe proven,
well,
and a name.
I think we need a manager who has strength and like anger and commitment. And I think Eddie Howe is a bit too soft on his players. That's why you don't see things get done in the dressing room. Like it's the same energy what gets put on the field after half time.
The problem is now there's no energy on the field.
Aye.
That's the problem. We've lost that energy on the field since he's.
I want to give a shout out to the mighty Win and Chris as well. I want to give a shout out to you because I remember at the start of the season, you were talking about season ticket prices and exposing the like the ticket website.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
And I think a lot of Newcastle channels don't do that, and exposing the prices of them. And you were all covering that. You and I forgot the other lad with the glasses as well.
Gary.
Yeah, Gary. So shout out to you for doing that, because a lot of people don't do that on the Newcastle channels.
We are NUFC Talk, man. We talk everything Newcastle United, everything. So
the good, the bad, and the ugly, and there's a lot of bad and ugly around at the minute.
So
yeah, I'm not a season ticket holder because I have a medical condition, so I'm not a season ticket holder. But there's people out there who can't go to the games because of like the money prices, and these people who are just corporate, so are just buying tickets left, right, and centre.
Yeah.
But when they were changing it to digital to go into the stands for your season tickets, I actually seen you mighty Win. I was in the what you call it, the ticket office, and I remember you because you had a big black coat on, and everybody was complaining because they had to give like paper tickets out. I think it was like during the cup game against Man City.
No, it might have been the Arsenal game. I had a paper ticket for the Arsenal game.
It was something like that, yeah. I can't remember what game it was, but the ticket office was full.
Yeah.
But I could remember you being at the front.
You should have went in and asked for an autograph, man, Somebody went and signed it,
I didn't know who he was at the time, Chris. I didn't know who he was. It was only until a couple of months later I seen him on YouTube and I was like, it's mighty Win.
We made him famous. We give him a life here, man. He was knackered before this, man. But Anthony, so you're on the fence. So, I mean, are you just gonna be on the fence, or
when's your line in the sand, Anthony?
I don't know. I honestly don't. I think this is the way I feel. I feel if we got a new manager in now, he would just balls everything up. He would make it 10 times worse, like Man United, like the way they've done it. Because you would just go,
not just Man
United.
I say not just Man United. There's a load of case studies you could say where they've pulled the trigger too early.
It happened in Tottenham. Tottenham did it. They went through it as well.
Chelsea have been through managers like what.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm open to him moving. I'm open to him going, Eddie Howe, but I think we'll decline if he does.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I think it might have to get worse before it gets better if Eddie actually does go.
Yeah, I know. Well, there's a light at the end of the tunnel, and we're not there yet.
Well, that's it. The light at the end of the tunnel for me is that we've just about put PSR and FFP and all that nonsense behind us. We're
I know
almost self-sufficient now.
Everybody's praising Sunderland for how good of a season they're having, right? But they've not dealt with FFP yet, or financial fair play, where they have to sell a homegrown player. They've never dealt with that, but wait until it comes next season.
That's it.
Because half of my family
well,
are
everybody,
Mackems
Sunderland spent more than we did in the summer.
Oh my God, man! They both players on sale, man. He about one man. This guy's not getting it, man. He's not getting it, man. All right.
He's talking to me there, Anthony, not you.
Yeah. Well, he knows. He knows who's not getting it. He knows. Anthony, thank you for calling, man. Appreciate it. All right, we'll call us again, man.
Yes, bunny lad. I hope your car mechanics are not Mackems.
Oh my God.
Oh no, well, it's got a Pilo, so hope
Pilo, it's about 80, I would say 80-20 Pilo.
Yeah.
80 black and white, 20 red and white.
Right, bye.
See you later, man. See you later.
Ta-da.
Have a good one there. That was Anthony calling over there. Call us and have you say, folks.
That's one place you do not want to be a mag this morning, South Shields. 50-50 land, so every other person you're bumping into is a cocker hoop Mackem.
Yeah, it's... Call us now, folks. Have your say. 0191-916-8864. Yeah, I think my biggest concern now is Newcastle United is always banned, actually. And I do believe that Eddie Howe is running scores, but I think the timing of it, you need to be very sure of what you're doing. I don't think Newcastle can afford to be on an interim coach until the end of the season. Graham Jones, who's been there for 1,000 years, he's all right, but he ain't no manager. So to manage, it'll be, and on top of that, these top players now have to be managed by an interim coach. That's not gonna be that's not gonna be good. And then you got to get a manager who's gonna say, first of all, this season, can't count this season for me because I'm just getting in the project. I'm getting trying to get my feet wet. So therefore, the next season is my, when we go do this, we do that. And then you're going to tell them, well, we can only spend this amount. Okay, then it probably will take 2 years for me to get all my players in. So now you're building a project once again that I'm not sure. And listen, some of these players may need going. Some of these players may have been purchases that we didn't need to make. And maybe that's the situation. But it's a very difficult situation once you sack a manager, and people are not realizing that either. I'm worried about that. I don't care about Eddie Howe's feelings or at this point in time, it's irrelevant. But I worry that Newcastle United are going to get into a cycle now that's very, 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 very tough. Very tough. Mighty win. So good morning.
I tell you what I am coming round to the way of thinking, maybe, mind. Which would be, even though Areola is not my first choice. You're mute. Even though Areola wouldn't be my first choice, the one beauty I think we could have if Areola came in is that you could say, right, I'm selling Gordon, Barnes, Elanga, if we have to take a loss, we have to take a loss. Willock. And I'm buying Semenyo because I think he'd probably be able to persuade Semenyo to come from Bournemouth. So that would be the one plus there, because that's a deal I would do anyway. Get rid of all the wingers and buy Semenyo and buy Bourne, because Bourne must be fed up now. Watched the Danny Boyle film last night, funnily enough. But
yeah, that's Janista makes a good point as well. Says, why not wait for Nagelsmann, Tuchel, rather than waiting for Iriola. Iriola doesn't do anything for me, to be honest. Nagelsmann, I mean, again, man, managing, improving yourself with a big time with a big team. Oh, sorry. Oh, what? Yeah, that's what the message is. Oh, we got Amri here doing making curry in the background. So Amri, good morning, man. How are you?
Good morning. Yeah, just listening to the other caller there it brought back a happy memory, didn't it? When Win was, they looked at Win and thought, "We'll just give you a paper ticket. Don't worry about it, mate."
All right. No, you know what I've been trying to find, Amri? That joke when we were in Newcastle.
I had to fight for that paper ticket.
When we were in Newcastle, I've been actually going back to those shows and try to find it. I couldn't find it. Maybe I had to listen to the whole thing and then I'll find it. But I tried to skip through. There was a classic joke when he was telling us the story, and then you came up and said you were right next to him and said, "Well, maybe they just saw you that you were old, so they just said I'm not gonna bother with this, teaching them how to do how to go through his phone. So I'm just gonna give him a paper." Oh, that was classic, that was classic. Mighty Win had no comeback. He just looked at him in disbelief. But sorry, Amrit, what do you make of this situation that we're in, man?
It's not a good place to be waking up to, this morning on the road, driving into the centre of town. People are miserable. The weather's miserable. Everything was miserable about yesterday. No commitment, no honour for the badge. Players didn't turn up. We can talk about Eddie as much as we want, but the players didn't turn up. We were second. We were second to everything. So, is it time for Eddie? Is he not motivating the players? Did he tell them about what this means to Newcastle? It was the biggest game. It's like a cup final. And, for me, I've told Win before, I don't enjoy derby games at all. I mean, they're really, really nerve-wracking experiences because it means a lot. And I'm just running away from the Sunderland fans in the centre for town today because they are just on cloud nine. And the game in itself, though, let's be honest, the game in itself was just terrible. It was a horrible watch. It was feisty, give you that much towards the end, but the problem is there is a problem. There's a big problem. I mean, we're mid-table. We're doing okay in Europe. Is it the right time to sack Eddie? No, it's not. It's not the right time to sack Eddie. It will derail our season. If you think about it, we've got
what about new manager bounce?
Quarterfinal cup coming. Say again?
What about new manager bounce?
With the right manager, they don't work with any manager. For the right
manager. there's only a few names. There's only a few names that you could come with to do that, and are they available? There's another question. Do you think the Saudis are thinking about it today? Well, maybe they are. Maybe there is a bit of pressure building up on Eddie. If on Wednesday we lose, there's going to be big pressure. And we just need to think about things calmly now. This game meant a lot to us, yes. Waking up today feels horrible. The week's not going to be as good. Getting back onto winning ways on Wednesday will be the bounce that we need. Give it to Eddie. Let Eddie do his thing. Let Eddie give him another opportunity. You can't, you've got to give him another opportunity. You've got to try with Eddie again. He's got to learn and he's got to bounce up and make this team unite again the way he did in the first couple of seasons that he was here.
Yep. I mean, you're right.
Peace.
Wednesday is absolutely massive.
It is. Timing is
a golden opportunity
now.
for him.
I mean, listen. If he messes that up, you can start to say that more than 50% will start thinking about a change. Whereas I think at the minute, I think at the minute there'll be people are siding saying, right, okay, some of them are saying, not Eddie Howe, come on, let's not get him banned, because the grass is never greener on the other side. By changing a manager doesn't necessarily mean that he's going to change everything.
I'm looking forward to Wednesday. I'm looking forward to Wednesday night in Aspers when I go around the same tables asking the same question.
Yeah.
To see whether the answers are the same.
Yeah.
It's going to be really interesting on Wednesday night. Because out of everybody, there was one.
Yeah, I might even enjoy.
One who I asked on the last home game. Who was that again? Burnley. And his answer
Burnley
was
home, yeah.
But his answer was the Mackems. He says if we get beat off the Mackems, that was his that was his line in the sand already.
You know what? It's very close, isn't it? It's really, really close. Really close.
Yeah.
But we were talking about statues being erected and stuff like that when we won the cup with them. Where's it gone wrong? What's happened? Why are the players not playing? Elanga is the worst buy of the window. Elanga, right? And Ramsey, what's the point in buying Ramsey for that money and not playing him and putting Joe Willock ahead of Ramsey? I mean,
Newcastle
nothing wrong with Willock when he's on song.
Newcastle turned to Willock and Murphy, two pre-takeover players. When you're trailing Sunderland, two Bruce players, and that's exactly what we're seeing. We're seeing Bruce
right.
Ball. We're seeing Bruce Ball, man, and that's devastating.
Yeah, no, it was. But Murphy's come on along quite well, and he's a good player, and he's one that I would want to keep.
I understand that, but it feels like after 5 years of takeover, that's your options. Then
we are knackered.
I mean,
He's so loyal. He's so loyal, and sometimes in management you can't be loyal. You see that somebody's doing a problem, you have to make sure that they rectify that problem. If they don't rectify the problem, you're on the bench, mate. But there was key errors made by Elanga. He should have been off at 30 minutes. Do you think that Pep Guardiola would have kept Elanga on in the first half the way he was playing?
Mourinho would have subbed him in the first half. Mourinho would have subbed him in the first. Subbed him out in the first half. Mourinho would have subbed him out in the first half. 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Out.
You've had enough.
My biggest worry with Eddie, it's not loyalty and favouritism and all this nonsense. My biggest worry with Eddie is that his in-game management, team selections and in-game management have just disappeared. Completely disappeared.
Yeah.
Got no idea what he's planning, what he's thinking. And when that happens,
and what is this 60-minute nonsense?
Near the end.
Why is he always subbing at 60 minutes? It's like as if at clockwork you're putting new players on at 60 minutes. I mean, listen, Eddie, it's not working. You must know that it's not working. We needed big changes at half time. We needed huge changes at half time, and we didn't make any. And we came out and played the same way, and we're sitting back waiting for the counter attack. We didn't go to them.
We needed changes
before
half time.
It was horrible to watch.
It was.
I mean,
yes, we did.
You didn't wait. You didn't. I mean, he didn't wait that long. To be fair, his usual 65 minutes. I think he did it at 55 or something like that. If I'm not mistaken, maybe it was regular time.
Yeah.
But if I'm not mistaken, it was 55. But the wrong changes, man. The wrong changes. And at the end, you need a goal.
Yeah.
And you're supposed to have some type of standards. Yeah. And you don't put Wissa in on time, and you don't even put Wissa with Voltemata to see what they can do. You take one out, one in, one out.
It's a perfect opportunity to play them both.
You knew Sunderland are rubbing their hands together, man, because they're like, one like for like. Well, that ain't gonna be no problem. They're not playing good anyway, so they're not gonna crave for Wissa either way. But maybe the two together would have been a different, something for Sunderland to worry about. They had no worries whatsoever, man. We pushed them back at the end, but they were holding on to the. They had a goal up. And again, I agree with. I think all of us would agree. I think Sunderland went great, but that's the problem. The Newcastle United Champions League team is struggling against a promotion team. I get it, it's a derby, but come on, man. They put players on Temu, man, and they got good little players, by the way. But they put them all on Temu. You're supposed to be better than that, man. It just.
We should be, and that's the other thing, Chris. The other thing is, our players didn't step up. They didn't know the meaning of the word derby.
And that's the problem.
Yeah, you can argue Bruno had a bit of a fiery moment, but and that's something that Eddie's done wrong. And Eddie made the wrong decisions off the bench again. He's not an in-game manager. He's not a very good in-game manager. Now, whether he can get someone to help him, or whether he's going to allow someone to help him, to say, listen, Eddie, it's not working. This first half was poor. Elanga's crap. Take him off, If he's able to do that, he will get results. We will. We know we will. Anyone from the sidelines can tell you that that's going to happen.
And because that's the problem.
If we put two strikers up front for 25 minutes, 30 minutes, we'll get a goal. It's Premier League. It's Championship manager 2025. You play that game, and what do you do when you need a goal? You put another striker on. We needed a goal. We needed a point at least from that performance, from that game yesterday. And if we haven't got it, and now we feel ill. I couldn't even call yesterday because it was my emotions were all over the place. But yeah, this is it. It's crunch time now for Eddie.
Right. It's absolutely crunch time. You're not wrong there.
All right, Amrit, thank you for calling, bro. Yeah. Appreciate it very much. We'll be in touch.
Take care.
See you, bud. That was Amrit calling from Newcastle there. Call us now, folks, and have your say. We had a super chat there from David Knight. Elanga brought to play with Isak on fast attacks. Well, listen, we always say, that I think that's the biggest problem, because we always have, Elanga was brought to do this, for example, and that's it. He can't do nothing else. Then that's a problem. That's a problem. Isak
but he's not even doing that.
But we say that Isak left, so the team is knackered. What? Life continues, man, after a player leaves. So we can't. And then you talk about, not you specifically, but everybody. We keep on going saying this is like Eddie Howe plays 4-3-3. That's it. And he can't adapt to anything else. Like what? It's incredible, this, man. We acting like if these are robots programmed for something and they can't do nothing else. And I agree, Elanga can't even do nothing. So, listen, he's turned into a flop like I haven't seen many like that in a long time, man. Because he's never played good for Newcastle United. He has a good little moments here and there, but that's not playing. That's not being in good form. So it's devastating. But Ramsey, he cannot be that bad. That where he doesn't even give game time. Why would you bring him on if he? I don't understand it.
I've got no idea what's happening with Ramsey. I don't know what he's doing in training or anything. Although Eddie did say at one press conference he's doing great in training. Well, why is he not getting minutes on the pitch? And you paid 55 million quid for him.
People going at Anthony Gordon had a stinker last night. No matter how much you want to sugarcoat it, he had a stinker. And Barnes.
Who said anything else?
No, because you say he runs around. He ran around a lot, but he was just the ball. He ran around without the ball. The ball's on the other side, So, but either way, he put yesterday totally underperformed today, which is the understatement of the year. In a game that would have meant so much for everyone, we can only apologize, reset, and try to make it right on Wednesday. Well, a lot of people pick this on social media and say that he doesn't get it. I'm included on that. And I wasn't even going to type anything until I saw it. I wasn't going to type anything. Just me seeing things. And then I went on social media, and a lot of people were talking about it, so I did put my piece on it. And because as soon as I read that, I'm like, man, you can't make this right, man. He ain't got it. He doesn't get it. He hasn't. That's what I'm saying. They don't get it, Win. They don't. Some of these players don't get it. You know how you tell me I don't get it, and you lie to people all the time? Well, I do get it, because I was hurt after that. I was hurt after that. And you can't make it right on Wednesday. I don't care if you beat Fulham. You can probably make it right when you play the Mackems again at home. People think you're going to win that anyway. So I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing to have that expectation on Newcastle United at this point. But you can't make this right. You cannot underestimate this derby and the repercussions that this brings. So people going on, and I don't think he meant it in a bad way. I mean, he meant it to to be positive. But sometimes being too positive when it's not good, man. Because now you're taking the P, and that's the problem. I do feel for Voltemata though.
You can never be too positive.
No, because now you're taking the P though. That's the problem. Nick Voltemata, I feel for him. His derby days hit different. He never had one, but only one. But I get the point. This one hurts a lot. Thanks for all the positive messages, Jordy. That's it. Simple, clear photo of him, pretty much devastated on the side. You know, don't say too much. We're gonna make it up. We're gonna do this. Don't worry, man. We got it. No, that's easy. Easy beating Fulham at home. Newcastle United are entitled to believe that we're gonna beat Fulham at home. And if that doesn't happen, man,
I'm not stupid enough to think Fulham's an easy game. Fulham have been playing some fantastic. They haven't been getting the results, but they've been playing some great.
Who should be winning that game? Win.
Of course we should. We're at home.
You got, I got one comment here from Jordy, who talks a lot of sense. He talks a lot of sense like the American Mag, and he said, "Not surprised Voltemata buried that header. It's the only good cross he's had in 2 months. He was probably in shock." I cannot agree more. Voltemata is the problem. Voltemata, he's not a proper center forward. Blah, 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 blah. I mean, come on, man.
Keep digging.
That's a fact, by the way. It's crazy.
He's a hurricane, is he?
Yeah, he's a hurricane, 100%. And by the way, that as crazy as that sounds, by the way, that is a fact. One of the best crosses he's gotten is this one from a Mackem. Of course, he didn't want to score that in. And Graham Jones, not Graham Jones, Graham Bailey, on reporter for a Middlesbrough fan, a reporter. Come on, man, you gotta have some more common sense than that, man. He put in there, Voltemata scores the game winner. Blah blah blah. Are you kidding me, man? You're mad. Have some common sense, man. But we got a caller here from St. Andrews, my mate, the one, the only, Mick Bingley, and I guarantee it, he is knackered.
Morning, Chris. Morning, the mighty win.
Morning. How was life on a lorry?
Oh, let him say it. Let him say it, man. Mick, go on, man.
We're knackered, Chris.
Proves that we're wangers.
Listen, I've went on the other side now, like, he needs to go, like, even now. Devin Wade, just get rid of him. Yesterday, when I was like, when Wayne said and you said, I seen a Langer on the starting, and I thought, oh my God, what the hell is this man doing? I don't know. Gordon, Miz will not have turned up.
Yeah, he was knackered too, man.
And you know what the sad thing was, lads? Been good. They were absolutely shocking. But we were 10 times worse.
That's right.
Yeah. I don't understand, man. But my thing, Mick, I think Mick, the reason why I'm saying that he needs to go is because I don't think the players are turning up for him, and there's nothing you can't go you can't go back from that, man. You can't go back from that. You can't.
I don't know why he's playing Gordon. My opinion, I think Harvey Barnes is a better player than Gordon.
Right, there you
Gordon,
go.
I don't know. He seems to turn up for the Champions League games. Oh, look at me. Look at me, Anthony Gordon.
Penalties.
When it comes to Premier League, and he switches off.
Yeah. I mean, I agree. I 100% agree with you. And Mighty Wayne says he was man of the match last game. That's why he needs to play. Nonsense, man. Nonsense.
Never.
Come on, man. You know what I'm saying? And Harvey Barnes, Harvey Barnes, I mean, he must want to. I mean, I don't want to say it on live, but he must be devastated, man. Like, what am I doing? Like,
she will.
What am I doing? Like, man, you know?
Yeah. What have I got to do to get a run in the team? I go out, I perform, I score goals, I create goals. What have I got to do? He drops me and puts Gordon in, who's absolutely crap. He always really, really. I mean, even Tonali. I don't know what's the matter with Tonali the last few weeks. He's just like as though he's give up. I don't know what is the matter with that boy.
For me, funny you mentioned Tonali. For me, the tone of that game was set in about the 3rd minute when we played, we got the ball. They'd been attacked. We got the ball back under pressure. But there was like a three-man move at our left back position, and we managed to pass the ball out of defence, and it went to Tonali, and straight away he gave a 5-yard ball back to them, and I thought, oh no, we're not off again with this not being able to pass a ball 5 yards, and that was in the first few minutes, and I thought, and that kind of set the scene for me. I thought, oh, here we go again.
It's the same as Dan Burn when the boy come in and need him. I mean, he must have gave him some kneeing, right? And he was injured, and you knew he was injured, but yet Eddie Howe let him play another 5, 6, 7 minutes or whatever.
I know, stupidity.
He should have gotten him up there and then instead of, you know what I mean? Instead of letting us,
you could say to be fair, that could have been Yeah, but to be fair, that could have been done just thinking that, I might be winded without realising how bad it was. Because he would want he would want to carry on. Yeah. So he would have told them if he wanted to come, because he did eventually tell them he wanted to come off. By the way, that nearly cost us a goal and all, because nobody was taking any notice of him saying I want to be off until he actually went down on the deck, which he should have done straight away.
I feel a bit sorry for Walter Mora. Like, I mean, he's had such he has had a decent season, but we just haven't been giving him the balls. But for him to do that, the lad must be devastated. Like, I mean, and I do feel a bit sorry for him. Like, and then when you hear how his press conference, he's like the total opposite. Like, we didn't play that. We did play bad, and you're thinking. Are you watching the same game as me, or what?
And that's becoming a recurring theme as well.
That's the part that's
all
the part.
Time.
That's the part that's like that makes you want to punch.
It is, Chris.
A wall, man. You know what I mean? That's the part.
The thing is, Chris. Yeah. There's a lot of Geordies, and I would say the majority of Geordies now have run out of patience, and they're just saying, you know what, it's time for a change. Which I'm the same. But then you go on. Who's out there that's going to come in? Who's going to come in, change it, and how long is it going to take? Because you kind of just keep putting up on Howe's antics. He spent the fortune in the summer, and I think the only people you can say that's improved is Walter Moore and Chow. That is it. Because Alanga, I mean, look, what's his name? Is it Ramsey? That poor sod doesn't even get a look in. He never even got on yesterday at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
And why are you paying £55 million not giving them minutes?
That's right. I don't know when. I really don't know. I don't know. I think Eddie's got with there, and he just kind of. I agree with Chris. Like when Chris said yesterday, that's it, he's went over the other side. And I thought, you know what, I've got to, because I kind of keep watching that. I mean, it's a local derby win, as you know, supporting Newcastle all your life, like me for 50-odd year. There was no passion, no fight, nothing at all. And I mean, like I say, Sunderland were crap, but we were 10 times worse.
Yeah, no, it was... Again, I don't know. I'm also worried though, Mick, that we're just gonna sack Eddie and then just another up and coming manager that we don't know what's gonna do.
That's what I mean, Chris. Who comes in? I mean, who is available that is gonna take us there? I mean, people keep going on about Mourinho. You know, yeah, he's Premier League proven and that, but Mourinho's had his best years, you know. What are you going to get in Mourinho? You'll get him for a year and that'll be it. You know, and I don't think he's going to change, but yeah, he's got the name behind him, he's got this, he's got that, but he's not the manager he was 10, 15 years ago anyway.
Yeah, well, that's true.
In my opinion, like.
Yeah. No, I understand that. It's
Chris? Who's the boy that it keeps coming up? Is it Alonso or somebody? What's his name again?
Oh, Xabi Alonso.
Aye.
Yeah.
Was he any good or what's he doing now?
He's not very good. He's a manager at Real Madrid right now, and
he's about to get sacked at Real Madrid.
No, he's not, man. He's not about to get sacked, man.
Right.
The only reason is, first of all, he's not taking any bollocks from Vinicius Jr. So he's got personality. He's had a better career than Vinicius for Vinicius to be acting up. Number one. And but he's not throwing him under the bus. He just, but he does it with actions, which Eddie Howe doesn't do, by the way. So, but
I know.
And they lost a Champions League game against Man City, which that to Real Madrid is devastating. Imagine that, mighty win parading.
Well, so you know what it is, Chris. I listened to Win before when we're on about the Fulham game, and yeah, Fulham mightn't have been winning many games, but I'll tell you what it is, they will give you a run for your money. Whether you home or away, and it's already done that to us this season already, and they nearly won. They could have done, and that is not going to be an easy game for Newcastle on Wednesday night. I'll tell you that now, like.
Yeah. No, that'd be very true. Very true. Mick, thank you for calling us, bud.
I can't even see it. We're gonna win.
Yeah, well, we need to win against Fulham. That's a fact. If we don't, then that's
100%, Chris. 100%.
But I mean, I think Fulham will give us it'll be like it was last time in St. James's Park. But we should be able to beat them. I don't care about none of this, because people already.
You've got to beat them, Chris. You've got to beat them. Then you've got to turn up on Saturday for Chelsea.
Oh man.
Which hey, listen, Newcastle will probably turn up for Chelsea, and maybe beat them, and then they'll go back to someone else. And the thing is, when Newcastle at the minute, Chris, you just don't know what you're going to get off them.
No. The thing is, it's clear what it is. It's a player-driven team. When they turn up and they want to play, they play, and that is the problem, Mick.
Yeah.
That they're not playing for the manager; they're playing for themselves, and that means
we are knackered.
There you go, man.
Well,
Mick,
the thing is, Chris, what's going to lose him his job is his loyalty to some of these players, like say Gordon and people like that, and they've got to be. I mean, Gordon, he wasn't that great last season, to be honest, and he's terrible this season. Yeah, he played well against Leverkusen, and then he played yesterday, and he was absolutely atrocious. And that's not good enough. I'm sorry, it's not.
True.
Anyway, listen, lads.
Cheers,
I'll let you
Mick.
get on because you'll have all our other callers go on, and I'll give you a ring later on the week, boys.
Thank you, buddy.
Okay,
Thank you. Appreciate
buddy.
it, mate. Thank you. That's a good
Ta-da.
Mick Bingley, of course, from St. Andrews, Scotland. Folks, don't forget, you can call and have your say, 0191-916-8864. Let's go with some comments before we get another call, because I'm sure you'll be snapping. We're going to try to work to get War Last Christina on the show. Mighty Wynn's going to be on technical duties, which he's going to go bad, so don't guarantees there. But is that right, Win? Well, not good, man.
No matter
guys,
my technical prowess.
there's no result. In Christina, be careful we win, because we got another caller here now. They're not letting us breathe, man. We got another caller here, Mighty Win. Good morning. How are you?
There's no result.
I'm okay.
Can you turn the TV volume down for a second, mate, so we don't hear ourselves?
It's down, Eddie. It's down.
Eddie. I'm an Eddie. What's your name, bud?
It's Mr. Toon Review.
Oh, is this Paul?
It's Paul.
Oh, Paul Richardson, man. He's calling. Paul, mate, how are you, brother?
Mate, I'm not good.
Not good.
Or any of us.
Yeah.
Oh, man. But yeah, I want to know your opinion about this. Is Paul Toon Review. If you don't know, on YouTube, go check him out, of course, if you haven't already. Big channel, Toon related. And, what you got to say, man? That was devastating, wasn't it?
I don't know what to say, lads, to be honest. Well, I do. I was screaming at my camera last night. It was absolutely shocking. I've got up this morning and I still don't know what the tactics were, to be fair. I don't understand. I don't know. I missed the start of your show, so I don't know whether you've mentioned, like, just sort of going out there and sitting back immediately. I don't get it. Yeah. I don't get being 1-0 down. I don't get, taking Voldemort off and putting Whistler on. Why not put them both up front when we're 1-0 down? I've been a big supporter of Eddie, lads, and I just think, I'm heading to the other side of the fence at the minute. I can't help it.
Yeah, I'm the same.
Yeah,
I'm the same. Not like me and you to agree, Paul.
No, but
hey,
no.
Look, I've tried to give him as much support as I can, but he keeps making the same mistakes.
His in-game management is verging on non-existent now. And when I saw the lineup, I thought, right, he's got Langer and Gordon there. We're obviously going to go high press. And then we're just sat back. I'm saying, well, what the hell's the point?
That's exactly what I thought.
If you're going to sit back, you don't need Anthony. Either Anthony, either one. The two Tonys, crap.
You know what really annoys me, though? You know what really annoys me? And I know you've been talking about Harvey Barnes. If you're Harvey Barnes, how do you feel? You joint top scorer, you're on the form of your life, and just because Gordon comes in, has one decent game during the week, which, by the way, is a Champions League game, which he always seems to turn up for in the big event, and then if you're Harvey Barnes, you're thinking, what have I done wrong to be left out of this side? He's one of the best finishers at the club. He's certainly a better player than Anthony Gordon is. I just don't understand, and it baffles me. And Gordon was terrible yesterday, and then you got Langer, who that's £55 million down the drain. I mean, people say give him a chance. How many chances does this kid need? It's just an absolute farce and a waste of money.
And it's crazy that as you mentioned Harvey Barnes, that's why I've gone to the dark side and said that he needs to be gone because he can't convince these players. He can't look at Barnes in the eye and tell him, you're down, you're not going to play because of this, because of that, because none of it will make sense to Barnes. Because Gordon, you can tell there's a favoritism there, and the players don't play. Look, I mean, you cannot tell me, man, that this is a derby, and they're not playing for the manager. They just play when they want to. And
I was going to ask you guys that. Did that look like a team who was playing for a manager yesterday? No. And then you've got him coming out at the end of the game saying that there was some good parts of the game.
No, man.
Well, this is the thing. His post-game remarks now are getting just beyond a joke.
But when they're getting repetitive though all the time, and he says the same thing.
Of course they are. But I'm still not.
You've got to show some passion.
Fully tilted yet.
You've got to show some passion, man. You got to tell the fans what they. At some point, you got to tell the fans the truth, man.
Well, Keegan told them. Honesty.
Yeah, he took them as far as he could, but he had the brains to say, right, I've took it as far as I can. It's someone else's turn now. But Eddie won't do that because he still believes he's doing all the right things. But I don't think PIF will sack Eddie. I really don't. There's no way. I just think that they'll let him at least see the season out. But this season could capitulate completely. If we go out the cup on Wednesday, and then we've got Chelsea at home, which we'll probably turn up for. But then, we're looking at a mid-table finish, and then God knows what happens in the Champions League because, we just seem to have big game players who want to perform when they want. I mean, Tonali's gone off a cliff. He looks disinterested completely since he's had whatever this illness he's had.
But Paul, listen, man, I'm Tonali, right? I'm one of the best midfielders in the Premier League. Of course I can come off the pitch. That's no problem. You can sub me out. But you going to sub me out for Willock? I'm going to have a problem with that. I'm going to have a problem with that. You see what I'm saying?
Well, Joe Willock's been okay when he's come on, but he's not the answer. And he's had his chance, Joe Willock. He really has. But what the hell why are we spending £40-odd million on Jacob Ramsey? And it's not like he's just signed and we keep saying, Eddie keeps saying, well, he's training well, he's a good lad, it's as if he's trying to get into the Newcastle way. He's been here since the summer. It's now Christmas. So surely he knows the Newcastle way. Why aren't we playing him? There's just something off for me behind the scenes. There has to be. There's something not right about all this. You can't turn up for a derby yesterday and play like that. A newly promoted side. Sunderland weren't great yesterday. Didn't create anything. But we were worse.
Sunderland were crap.
Which makes you feel even more down. Yeah.
But the goal and thing, what's not acceptable is they wanted that game more than we did. And that's not acceptable.
Well,
that would never have happened 2 years ago.
From early kickoff. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Every second
why are we standing off Xhaka? Every time he had the ball, he had 10 yards all around him of complete space. Nobody marked him. Nobody went in and pressed him. He had the freedom of the Sunderland pitch all game yesterday. Their best player. How can you do that?
Well, I remarked during...
It just doesn't make any sense.
I remarked during... I mean, to me, yes, he had the ball, but he didn't do much with it. You were saying he was the man of the match. I didn't think he did much at all. I'm not saying he did much, but what I'm saying is, why are we just backing off him, though? Giving him that opportunity to create something. Well, he's their best player. He dictates the midfield, and we just let him do it.
The thing with Xhaka
it was down to commitment and desire yesterday for me.
The thing with Xhaka is, I told you we should have signed him anyway as a backup, and look how he turned out for the Mackems. He probably would be starting for Newcastle, really, if you think about it. But my thing was that yesterday he was one of the best players on the pitch, especially for them, because they got a goal. However they got it, they found it, and he controlled the midfield. He didn't let Newcastle play. He was letting his teammates know where they were at, showing leadership. He was doing everything. It wasn't pretty, but they got the result. They don't have to play good.
But the second balls as well, guys. The second ball, lads. We just didn't go for it. We lost every second ball yesterday. And there was just no intensity from us. For me, there was no game plan at all. I can't understand what we were trying to do.
Oh, hey, look at this, Paul. You're bringing super chats in. Paul's my hero. Proper Geordie's top man says, was that?
Is that what? He's a good lad. He's a good lad. Anyway, lads, I'm going to have to shoot, but nice to speak to you. I don't know how long this is going to take to get over, because Jesus Christ.
Well, it'll take till Wednesday.
Well, it's truly set in, yeah.
I had forgotten how devastating this feeling is, because to be honest, I can't lie, and it is what it is. My whole time, really, I always say the last 20 years as a Toon supporter, I've lost more than I've won against the Mackems, and that's feeling back. Come on, man, it's devastating.
Yeah, well, when half your bloody family in Mackems, it's even worse, man. It ain't a great time at all, but you know what? That's life of a Newcastle fan, isn't it?
That's
right.
Unfortunately.
Spot on, man. Toon Review, Paul. Go check them out, of course, if you haven't. But great channel, man. So what you got going on later tonight? Man. What you got going on later tonight?
Take care. Take care, lads. Take care.
You got a show later tonight?
Yeah, 7 o'clock as usual, but it'll probably be a counselling session tonight rather than a review.
Yeah, well, we'll see you there, man. Appreciate it.
See you then.
We'll see. All right, man. Take care, lad.
Take care, mate.
Take care.
That was Paul there from Toon Review, giving his sentiments. And
another super chat from was I saying I like Poch and Klopp, but we have a big game next. And then he's back in again with we were doomed when the big boys gazumped us. There you go. That was it, because that would have been Eddie's first choices, of course, that he's on about there.
Yeah, but I mean, come on, man. Listen, I understand that could be a reasoning, but that ain't the reason, man. So it's playing like this, however, man. And again, maybe Ekitike, maybe Sesko, maybe those guys, which I don't believe anyway, but maybe those guys are they're top guys. They're the top guys. That's to win the Premier League. That's not what we wanted. That's not what Newcastle fans are wanting or expecting, man. We're expecting to fight for Europe. We're nowhere near that. We're nowhere near that. And our form is bad. So, again, that still doesn't hold water for me. That excuse that the bigger player said no to us. So it is what it is. Some comments. Let's go with some comments here. Go on. Finish.
Well, what I was going to say, we've now got a crisis mid-season coming up. The next 4.
When you're waking up, man.
We've got Fulham, which keeps the Carabao Cup dream alive. And then we've got Chelsea at home, Man United away, and Burnley away. They are all winnable games. If we don't win all 3, we ain't going to be anywhere near Europe. And that is the absolute minimum. Paul was saying there that he didn't think PIF would pull the trigger.
Well, I agree with him.
The absolute minimum that PIF expect is to be in Europe. And if we don't win all those 3 games now, we ain't going to be in Europe.
Well, I agree that PIF.
And then we've got the window. So do they pull the trigger then? And so at least allow whoever's coming in to get one player of their choice through the door. Or do we say, no, you don't get the choice, and Ross Wilson makes the decision?
Well,
if that's the new plan, if it's the new plan to appoint a coach, and you work with what we give you, which personally I don't think is a good model to work with, but that's by the by.
I think I agree with Paul. I don't think PIF will sack him. I think they will wait for the end of the season to make.
Ideally, what could happen, of course, at the end of the season.
But I guarantee you they're going to be working on it hard right now.
You've got the World Cup, and after the World Cup,
yeah.
If Tuchel wins the World Cup and they're knocking on the door for Eddie, that would be the perfect scenario. Actually, Eddie leaves to go to England and we get Tuchel or something like that. But anyway,
I don't think we need to win the World. I don't think he needs to win the World Cup. By the way, so I don't think he needs to win the World Cup. But I think he's a good manager. We know that, and I think that. But Tuchel's a good manager. I would go for him, but it wouldn't be my only topic. My only candidate. There's other ones that can do a job. What am I saying? That can do a job. Look at the standards. That are established Premier League, not Premier League. My God, what am I saying? Established managers out there. I'm all over the place. That can perform and that you can hope they will do a great job. Xabi Alonso, another one. If he leaves, Xavi Hernandez is another good mind of football. But unfortunately, I'm telling you, man, I think that when you guys go against me about this specific topic, trust me. I think you need somebody that can attract players. You need somebody. You need somebody that can attract players. You need somebody that can call any player and they'll pick up the phone and they can convince them that way. And those names will be it. Both Xavis. You can say it's Fabregas to a certain extent, but I don't think Fabregas has proven it. You got to prove yourself as a manager as well. So, and do something.
Well, to be fair, I think Mourinho falls into that category.
Well, I think 100%. I think the people will kill for Mourinho. And Toana is, listen, there's a double-edged sword on that because he is a bit outdated. A bit outdated is he's been in football for a long time, but he can be difficult. He can be stern, and the thing is that you will probably win your cup, quite honestly. He will be pragmatic and get to the point. Maybe that's what we need.
Thank you for that. Eddie Howe, England manager. Pope in goal, Byrne left back, Gordon left wing, Alanga right wing, Longstaff centre mid. Only problem there is Alanga's Swedish.
Let's go with some comments here before people call in. Call us now and have your say, folks. 01-919-916-8864. Have your say, ladies and gents. We still have a good amount of time left in our show this early this afternoon. Gas, there's no result going forward can correct that performance yesterday. The only result can put that right is to beat them at home, and unfortunately, that's so far away right now. There you go. Adrian Berder says, "How couldn't he get the players fired up for the biggest derby? Is shambolic. Yes, it's also on the players. Where was the players' pride? Where was the fight for the fans? There was nothing yesterday. No excuses." Adrian, super chat there. You don't know how the new hierarchy
will react.
But again, I don't think they're gonna sack him because I'm just assuming, obviously. But I don't think, based on how they do, unless something unbelievable happens to where we lose our next 5 games or something, bad defeats, maybe that will trigger something. But again, though, who's making the decision, PIF or the CEO? Because at the end of the day, PIF is like, okay, this is my investment anyway. So maybe, if I want a player or if I want something, then I'll chime in and say, listen, bring this player. I like him. They got money, so they whatever. But maybe they just said, look, you're the CEO, mate, so you take care. I'm not, as long as we're performing. Maybe that happened. I don't know. To where Hopkinson makes those decisions. We don't know, really. We tend to believe that PIF is, micromanaging. But you would also assume that a new CEO like Hopkinson would say, listen, you're going to hire me. I'm going to do my job. That's what I would do anyway.
Yeah, but Hopkinson himself isn't proficient in football scouting, so he's appointed Ross Wilson.
Yeah, but technically the director of football should be in charge of the manager. That's right.
Yeah,
but we know how this works, man. So maybe the CEO's the one to take care of business, but we don't know. We don't know what's going to happen. I'm assuming though that nothing will happen until the end of the season, and I think that's the more practical way of doing things, as you say, to find somebody. Dr. Abuesa says Isak leaves and Eddie is not able to inspire anyone or adapt his tactics. And Eddie Howe here, Andy H, says Elanga has been poor. Well, that's definitely not Eddie Howe, but he is not alone. Murphy, Gordon have been largely poor too. I do think the tactics are an issue. The focus is on energy conservation rather than imposing ourselves.
I think that's a massive, massive problem. The
Toon Army.
Bunch, I think, has come in, and you've just said there, energy conservation above all else to avoid the injuries.
That cannot be. I just refuse to believe that's actually a thing. It can't be. That can't be. Don't run. Conserve yourselves, man. Don't do. I just don't see that. Toon Army says, "When you're gaslighting Newcastle fans ain't stupid. You're gaslighting Newcastle fans ain't stupid. Imagine if Bruce did this. Exactly. It's the exact same football, man. You go away and you sit back.
Hang on, you get. I've heard this. It's all over YouTube. This gaslight. The word. What can somebody explain to me what gaslighting is?
It's like you're BSing, man. You're lying. Let me look it up. Gaslighting meaning.
Exactly. Everybody uses the word.
Practice of. Listen. It's the practice of psychologically manipulating someone into questioning their own sanity. Exactly. Memory or powers of reason. So basically, you're fighting around and you are more or less lying to fans.
I am projecting my reason on other people. Well, I hope I'm able to do that.
No, you are psychologically manipulating someone into questioning their own sanity, basically.
Correct. I do that pretty well.
So, well, there you go. You are gaslighting. So, man, he's admitting to it.
If that makes me a gaslighter, give me a wick.
It's not a good thing, man. I think you're not getting the meaning. David Carmichael says, "Is this a new go-to excuse? No time on the training pitch. So how do other sides in the Champions League cope? Eddie wanted a bigger squad, and he's got it. Can't blame injuries now or lack of investment. Win."
David, what I would say to that is, this could be proving to be the problem, as I just said earlier on. If Eddie has proven that he can't be the manager he has been when he hasn't got a week between games, then he's not the manager for us, because we need a manager who can work his magic with 2 games a week, because where we want to be, we will be forever playing 2 games a week. And if Eddie can't do that, well, that's fine. You know, it's time to part. Thank you very much for everything you've done. But you obviously can't take the next step if you need 7 days between games to get your message over to your playing squad.
Yeah. Pika says Eddie Howe puts the same crap out on the field week in and week out. So it's so predictable. You could put blindfolds on the opposition. Come on, man. This ain't rocket science. Easy peasy stuff. There you go.
So Pika, what you're not saying there is who's he picking that you wouldn't be picking, and who
Barnes
would you be picking that he isn't?
Barnes.
Because by you know I can count on one hand the number of times we've looked at there may be one position, but by and large the same players. You know, you can argue, for example, about Dan Burn or Botman if Botman's fit, or even Dan Burn and Shea. But everybody would. You can argue about Pope or Ramsdale. They're not going to make a big difference. Everybody would have, for example, Tino and Hall playing, and Chow right now. Everybody would have Bruno and Tonali playing. So these are the players that he's picking. So then you're into who replaces J7 and who you have up front. And by and large, they kind of pick themselves as well. The way Alanga's been crap, so he hasn't been starting. Murphy's been starting, or Bonds has been starting on the right. You can argue Bonds should be on the left and Gordon shouldn't be playing. That's fair enough. I couldn't argue with that, the way Gordon's played this season and last season.
Yeah, but my point is, Wayne, my good old friend, my wrinkly friend, you look like a pug. You look like an English bulldog. You know,
it's more like it.
You know, Howie, man. You know, listen, we did this before kickoff, and I told you Barnes should be playing, and you're like, why? There's no. He was man of the match last game. Man of the match last game. So you own about all season, but all season was a part of yesterday as well.
Hang on. Why did I say he should be playing? Because I said Howe is obviously going for a high press, which Barnes can't do. But then when the game kicked off, we didn't play high press. So then I said, if we're not playing high press, we might as well have Barnes and Murphy on. And have skill instead of pace.
I can't wait to go to the Toon, lean over, and tell you on your wrinkly, old, 100-year-old ancient ear, I can't wait to tell you that, man. Right? He couldn't even. He need to have his lugs, so he couldn't even hear that whisper. But Wayne, come on, man. It's exhausting, man. Give up on Gordon, man. Gordon is not. He had one great season. You gave him all the money in the world, and now you should be happy, man. But just come on, man. Stop. He's a one-hit wonder, and a disgrace to say that petulant is my 3-year-old. So you know. When it's not gonna listen, man. You gonna die on that sword too. You and Eddie Howe gonna be going down with the ship, man. I'm telling you. You put the best players that you need to play. Stop looking at loyalty. Gordon only looks. I don't know, man. Gordon seems like he's only playing for himself. He likes the Champions League games. He likes the penalties. He's entitled to the penalties now, and he's all about England at the moment as well. So once the World Cup is over, man. Yeah, it's over, man. Mighty Wayne, come on, man. We don't have to argue over everything, man. You know, just
Gordon.
Give exactly. Give over at least on one thing. Jake Ray says Eddie has overperformed and created an unrealistic. Oh my God, here we go. An unrealistic expectations. If you were told a manager would come in, when it's like, in a year of time, you'll be blah, 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 blah. Like Charlie, what is that, Charlie Brown? Is that the no,
the only bit I disagree with there, Jake, is the bit he is allowed 2 seasons mid-table.
Yeah.
Sadly, no, because of the very fact that he has raised those expectations and overperformed. That's why you can't give him the 2 seasons in mid-table. Because that's where we expect to be now.
I mean,
especially now that we are starting to spend money.
Yeah. But listen, Jake, I appreciate you taking me. Hey, call us now, man. What happened? The people are blowing up the phone. I forgot about that. People blowing up the phone when we were on the call line. Call us now, folks. 0191-916-8864, ladies and gents. Mighty Wins phone number. You can buzz them all day, every day. Call them now to have your say. And yeah, this will be a kind of show with you and your opinion. This is a show for you, by you, for you, through you, and
all the people, by the people.
Yeah, there you go. All the politician answers. And Adrian says, he's responding to RS, we play the wrong system for Walter Marty. Look at Germany. They play to his strengths, hence why he scores goals. Eddie Howe needs to change it. He plays center forward over there. 4-3-3, by the way. 4-3-3. So
4-3-3 with 2 decent wingers. That's the difference.
But then that's the problem.
Right, there you go.
And that's why this whole situation is out of order, because as I was saying in the preseason, it's funny how I had to quote myself all the time here. In the preseason, we need to get the signings in, man. We need to get them in, get them accustomed. First, get what you need to get. And to be fair, Isak at the time was finding around, but we should have made an executive decision already. We didn't. We thought we can convince him. The biggest embarrassing in front of everybody to see was when our CEOs and owners went to Isak's house to beg him to stay and play for old little Newcastle United. That was the biggest disgrace ever. But we did it, and it didn't work anyway. If we want to do that, we should have done that way before anyway. Not like the last week of the window. And yeah.
Having spot on there, mate. It's the tactics of only going down the wings. We went through the middle against City and Everton, getting runners off Walter Marder, but went back to normal against Spurs. Indeed we did, yeah. That's where Walter should be playing. In the 10, with runners going past him. That's when you can get the best out of him. And then he can arrive in the box late and work his magic with his flicks.
Marco in there, had my phone on charge all night. Man, give us a call, man. We need to hear you from Walker, man. We had some biker people call it yesterday. That wasn't good. When different generalized, man, different general, man. Give it on, man. Okay, I want you to go out there and put your gold rings out there. Then your gold rings out there at biker right now and see what happens. They'll flock to you like flies, man. To get the. By the way, you got fake jewelry anyway, so they probably won't know the difference. But anyway, and the Links, what does it say? Links Shuskani maybe says the tactics are appalling. Take a lead and sit back. The football bar of a couple of games has been poor to average. Going into a derby and setting up a team like that is criminal, man. Yep. Well, I agree. We all agree with that. Ain't no doubt. Hell Susar says, going at Dr. Alvarez, get real with second and then looking for a manager. You have to source a manager before you can sack Eddie Howe. When we are happy with the choice, go ahead and do it. And I think Hell Susar is left the happy clapping cult, not renewed his membership.
Yeah, Sean, you've deserted us. You've deserted us.
Yeah, man. And I think, well, I don't know. A few, he's older and wiser, so maybe the day after he's come to his, he's going back to his usual habit. It's hard to leave, the adrenaline, man, and the it's hard to leave. He might have withdrawals right now, going through withdrawals, so he might have gone back to the happy clapper side. If Eddie Howe has to go, it has to be before January, so we can start fresh with the new manager players if we get it. So before January, so he's not waiting for the end of the season. Which, by the way, went to the end of the season.
Well,
could jeopardize Newcastle United.
Could
jeopardize Newcastle United season to oblivion. I'm telling you, because that means you don't make Champions League. You're knackered. players don't want to stay, they want to leave, and now you got to really start some proper recruitment. It's just
the beauty is if you wait, like I say, it'll be the Chelsea game for me. If we haven't beaten Fulham and Chelsea, that's when they need to pull the trigger, because then you can have Man U and Burnley, but then the window opens, and if the new manager you've got lined up, you can be having a conversation with him. Who do you want in the window? You know, you can have one player. Who do you want? Because the new manager will then start with home games against Palace, Leeds, and Bournemouth in the Cup, followed by Wolves away. Now, you'll not get, it's impossible to get an easier introduction than that. 3 home games, and then an away game against Wolves, and then a home game against PSV in the Champions League. That would be the perfect, easy start for a new manager to come in and get off the ground running. Get the momentum going, get all the hands clapping, everybody saying, what a brilliant appointment, etc., etc., etc. But of course, the other side of that coin is, if we beat Fulham, Chelsea, Man United and Burnley, then we're back in the race for the Champions League, and then we've got home games against Palace, Leeds, Bournemouth, Wolves away, PSV at home, and that's just the sort of run of games when we can put the 10 together that we historically have done, which is another reason that I'm saying keep your powder dry.
We got a caller here, folks. First time caller. Good morning. How are you?
Hey, mate. It's just Marty. I'm from Jarrah, mate. I'm getting sick. Obviously, I'm a season ticket holder. I've been a season.
Give me a second. You're Matty.
Matty from Jarrah.
I'm Marty.
Where's Jarrah?
I'm Marty, and I'm Marty, and I'm from Jarrah, and I'm just getting
50-50
I'm Marty, and I'm from Jarrah, and that, you know.
Where is it? Give me a
Jarrah's 50-50.
It's 50-50, but is that like near South Shields, County Durham?
I'm just sick of all the crap where Eddie Howe and that, you know what I mean? It's always like this, you know, we've got to do this, we've got to do that, but at the end of the day, man, things have got to change. Things have got to change. He's took us to ways he can take. We've won a cup. We've done well and all that. You know what I mean? But I think it's time for change. Personally, like I'm a massive season ticket holder. I've been a season ticket holder for over 20 odd years.
Lovely.
And I'm just sick, mate. I'm just absolutely sick with all what's going on.
So let me ask you, because do you watch the show regularly, or did you first time?
Do you watch, sorry, mate?
Do you watch the show regularly, or this is the first time you're watching this now?
Oh, you know, I watch the show regular, mate. I'm a massive fan of your show and that, you know. It's an absolute great show you've got going, lads, and it's a great podcast, and I just think it's absolute brilliant what he's all doing on there, you know.
Thank you, mate, because Wayne thinks that local fans are eddying zombies.
No, what I'll ask you, where do you sit, Matty?
Why does that matter?
Marty, I sit in the Gallagher, mate.
Right, so you know, you obviously can gauge the feeling of everybody who sits around you. What would you say prior to Saturday? What would you say the consensus was where you are, as far as Eddie Howe's concerned?
Me personally, I just think he's took it to where he can take it.
I realise that, but you must. I realise that. But you must have discussed that on a match day with the people who sit round you, etc.
What are people saying? What are the fans?
Yeah.
That's what I'm getting at. What are the people who sit around you? What are they saying with regard to Eddie?
Well, they're like the way you are, Win. You know, at the end of the day, they're like 50-50. They're like on the fence. You know what I mean?
He's not 50-50.
More time and that, but at the end of the day, I just think basically for me, his time's up. I think this was I think it's
So let's talk about So let's talk about the derby then, because what was the thing that took you out the most? Like that, it was like, that's it, man. I can't, I can't continue with this. Well, it was it the. I mean, I guess it could be since the beginning because we set back.
It's to me, basically at the end of the day, it's like I don't know. It's like, you know what I mean. It's like to me, we went up for that derby game. You know what I mean. A lot of people don't realise what that derby game meant to us. You know what I mean. It's for bragging rights. It's for everything. You know what I mean. I know we lost on a stupid own goal, but at the end of the day, it's still 3 points to them. You know, to our local rivals, which is like, you know, I know I'm going to go back to work tomorrow. And I'm going to get it into the net because obviously I work with a lot of Mackems and that, you know what I mean? So I'm going to like get it in the net tomorrow when I'm back at work, you know?
Yeah, no, but it's criminal, man. What player right now is I mean, the players are not they're not playing, man. They're not. I mean, Ilanga, Gordon.
Yeah, I know that's what I'm saying. They've spent massive money where his man management skills, you know, for me personally, I wouldn't have started with Ilanga. I would have had Murphy in from the start. And I wouldn't. And then the second half, for me, basically, I would have took off Voldemare. I would have brought in Wissa, even when we were 1-0 down. Do you know what I mean? And brought in Wissa a lot earlier than what he did. His man management for me, basically, it's just he takes his time in doing things. Yeah,
I mean, it must be a tough situation because yesterday I went to. Well, I say I'm on neither side, dark side or happy clapper side, but I do say that I don't think that the players are believe him anymore, and therefore I don't think
that is either, mate. I think at the end of the day, I think that they just, you know, I think I don't know. It's like all he's going on about now in his interview was like, oh well, we've got the Fulham game coming up, we need to bounce back, and I'm thinking, well, no, because at the end of the day, we should have showed a lot more fight on that pitch than what we did. There was no fight. There was no there was just nothing. For a derby, you should be getting stuck in with tackles, and it was just honestly, it was just non-existent, and it was just horrible to watch. Absolutely horrible to watch.
Well, that's the interesting part because every fan now that we've interacted, Colin, says a lot of them say the same thing as far as the post-match comments are getting. Getting into them basically, you know, because they're like, because he's telling you something like more or less taking the pee out of you. You know what I mean? More or less,
definitely.
More or less, like I know. You're not seeing what I'm seeing. Everything is hunky dory, basically.
Yeah, like he's saying, like, oh, we need to get up for this Fulham game on Wednesday, which I'm at the match again on Wednesday. I'm at the match on like Saturday against Chelsea.
Come into Bally's before the match. I'll be in there from 5 o'clock.
He wants you. Mighty Wayne wants to give you his autograph.
I'll be in Bally's from 5 o'clock before the match on Wednesday. In the sports bar.
On Wednesday, all right. Well, I know worries.
I
go to the Labour Club, but it's like it's the new Labour Club, you know.
The new one.
Obviously, the old Labour Club. The old Labour Club closed down. You know what I mean? The one up from the ground.
The thing is,
you're in the Gallagher one, and nice and posh there now, isn't it?
The Gallagher.
Well, it's all right. Like I'm in like what you call like I'm more behind the goal, like on the Gallagher side, you know, but more behind the goal.
No, I'm on with the Labour Club.
I love my seat. And I've had it there for over 20 years, and I'm a massive fan. You know, I've seen all the bad things, I've seen all the good things, and I just want to get back to where we were. You know.
When
is offering his autographs because nobody's asking for him, so he wants you to go there so he can give it to you.
I like a gun. I'll have a good old natter. I'll talk you down. I'll talk you down, Marty.
But I mean,
bother, lads. But I think you're doing an absolute cracking job, lads, and I love your show. Absolutely love your show.
Thank you, man. Appreciate that. One last thing, though. I mean, so you're Eddie out completely now, but I mean, what if PIF?
For me, yeah, definitely.
What if PIF?
Yeah, for me, yeah, definitely.
I don't think PIF will do it until the end of the season. If that happens,
no, it'll happen obviously till then. You know, what I mean, it's.
So, but do you think? What do you think about that then? Because that could jeopardize our projects, you know, heavily.
It could do, but obviously it all had a lot to do with Alexander Isak. You know, we would be in this position when it hadn't been for him wanting to be aware and all that. You know, and we took our time on that. You know what I mean? If one were just, you know what I mean? I don't know. I really don't know anymore, and I just hope we get back to winning ways. And he's got to start with
that to me. That'll prove to me to be PIF's biggest blunder of the lot. sticking that chest out with Isaac and saying he's not going anywhere.
Yeah, exactly. People were saying, Isaac won't leave. Isaac won't leave. I was saying the lad.
Won't be allowed to leave.
He's gone. I'm telling you that now. He's gone.
Won't be allowed to leave. Was it? They did the Billy Big Bollocks thing, and that has cost us dear.
Yeah, exactly.
We've ended up with second best in all the positions we're trying to strengthen.
And for me,
that was all down to PIF.
He's got to start. Yeah, he's got to start with Whistler on Wednesday. But I bet you're like it's Baltimore again. He's not the kid's knackered, man. He's knackered. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He doesn't realise he put it in the opponent's neck. You know what I mean? The kid's knackered, man.
I get that, but I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that because what the matter, man? He's playing as a center forward. Whether you like it or not, he's playing as center forward.
Oh
We never create for him, mate. We never create for him. And Wissa comes on. He comes too late, by the way. He came too late, but he comes on 20 minutes.
Oh yeah, definitely.
We don't create anything for him either. We didn't create anything for Wissa either. So, we got bigger fish to fry, man. Exactly. We got bigger fish to fry, man. So exactly. But you sit in the Gallagher end. So with on the same side as War Flags. What's the atmosphere like? Because people, when we lose, especially at home, people tend to blame the atmosphere instead of blaming the players. But what do you make? The atmosphere
to me now, it's basically like it's gone because like you've got like what I call it, like a lot of, it's not as it's like what it used to be. If you know what I mean, it's like there's all no disrespect to other people, but there's a lot of snobby people in the place and that there now. You know what I mean? What don't understand football, but they've got like what you call seats and that. You know what I mean? And to me, you've lost all your good fans. When with this ballot daft thing, what they've got going now, for other fans to get into the ground, it's hard for like people to get tickets. It's all changed, man. It's absolutely ridiculous with this daft ballot thing. But obviously, with me being a season ticket holder, I get like first choice on the Carabao Cup, first choice on Champions League. But obviously, I don't have to. Obviously, when I'm going in for my season ticket, I opt in for like all that. But obviously, it costs us a fortune. But I do it obviously because I love my club and I love my team. You know.
We all.
But the problem is you got fans like Win taking a nap, old fans go to sleep to the stadium.
Canny Win, I like Win. He's a good lad. I like Win.
He's saying that for.
There's nobody ever seen me napping at the match. I'll tell you that.
Knack. He was singing the other day though, man. He was singing. That's surprising. But I'll be there in the tune, mate. You gonna come see me? I'll be there in the tune, man.
Yeah. What's up?
I'll be.
Take care, no, but cheers, lads. Have a great Christmas, and anyway, watch what he's all doing, and I'll be back on again sometime. Take care.
All the best, Marty. Look forward to getting back on.
Cheers, buddy. Cheers, buddy. That was Marty there.
In 50-50 land.
Well, somebody said it's more like 80-20 Newcastle, so
Jarrah,
it's not 50-50. Yeah.
No, Jarrah, Hebben, South Shields, they're all 50-50.
But he said it was Marty, right?
Marty, yeah.
But we got another caller here now.
Proves it Wawangers.
You know who that is. All the way from Wagga, Mr. Marco Pierre White calling us from Newcastle. Norca, Marco.
Got it.
How are you, mate?
Yeah, my phone guns, it's, what the score is.
Excuses, man. You didn't want to come and face the music, man. Come on. So what do you think?
People now that, sorry.
Go on.
No, go on.
People that want Eddie out, it's not going to happen until the summer. So just forget about that. Definitely not going to happen this summer if he goes. 100%.
What'll get Eddie out is if the crowd turns. That's what'll get Eddie out before the summer.
Well, I've just been watching the away fans, and now at the end of the game when they were clapping, it didn't look good. The Newcastle, a lot of them were more or less trying to pay off you know, like, get away. They were really angry, the Newcastle fans.
Yeah, but as I say, when that happens at St James's Park, which it could well do shortly, but could happen on Wednesday.
See. We will see, you know. But the problem, I don't know if we will see because that's supposed to be.
Once that happens, PIF will have no alternative.
See, the away fans are different to the home fans, because the home fans are, well, what the lads just been saying there. Do you know what I mean? We used to call them the prawn
sandwich brigade.
Remember years ago?
Well, the away fans are less patient than the home fans, because we've seen it start singing already this season. I remember one time last season, I believe, or the season before, where Trippier had to go and says, "Man, what are you doing?" Like he didn't like fans calling against him, and they were performing badly. But you see some fans turning the tide, man. Mighty Win, he's not able to control this Marco anymore, man. He's out of his hand now. He can't control people no more. His hypnosis is rubbing off. And but we were talking to you last week, talking to you the whole time, really. You've been saying that this game was a massive game. When Mighty Win, somebody that says he's been a Toon fan for a long time and says he's a Geordie, he said this was another game. He's just another game, while you were here saying, that it wasn't. That it's an important, massive game. So now that that is over, what you got to say?
I was watching the Sunderland fans just before I came on, right? Them wanted it more. Yeah. I've seen comments from Newcastle fans saying that the derby isn't as important anymore. And I was thinking, my brain, I thought, is my brain going to explode here? I couldn't believe what I was hearing. We deserved to lose yesterday for that.
Yeah. But the manager told you that we played well.
The annoying thing is what actually didn't deserve to lose, because they were crap.
No, we did deserve to lose, man.
We were crap as well.
No,
but they wanted it more than we did.
It's like I'm paraphrasing, you know. I'm not metaphor.
Metaphorically,
I'm not saying we should have lost. I'm saying
you're saying we deserved to lose, and we did deserve to lose because they wanted it more than we did. They weren't better than we were.
Aye, the fans are not. The fans and the players wanted it more.
Did you, Marco? Are you Eddie in or Eddie out right now?
Well, when I was watching the match yesterday, for the first time, I got angry, proper angry. If Eddie had been standing in front of us, I would have sparked him. I was that angry.
Slapped him with a wet kipper.
I was that angry.
You were proper angry.
The camera went on him, and he was pulling his face, and I've never, honestly, I was very angry. Like, and that's it. I'm not normally like that.
Ooh, I could have.
I want him out. I want him gone, but it's not going to happen.
Well, it's not going to happen probably, but I'm saying, but listen, that doesn't stop, you from having the opinion that he should be sacked. So it's me. I don't think nothing is going to happen, but I think that he can't convince the players anymore. Listen, it could change. It could change. Anything could change. We can go in a 10-game winning run, but there's no base to base that on. Literally.
Well, when I said I would have spoke to him, I didn't mean it like literally. Do you know what I mean? I'm not saying I would have.
Yeah.
It's like angry now. Just put your foot through the peg or something.
Yeah, it was
bad, man. It was bad.
And
it was bad.
I'm telling you, if you can't motivate these players to play a derby like that, man, then I'm telling you, it's over. It's over, man.
What got on my nerves? He shouldn't. Do you know when he took Walter Martin off? He shouldn't have took him off.
No.
Because he took the heat away from it. He should have kept Walter Martin on, put this on, and he should have took someone else off. He just went man for man. I couldn't believe it.
One thing that's incredible, we keep trying to play passing football from side to side, even when we're losing, even when we need a goal, instead of just saying, you know, at some point, last 10 games of the game, last 10 minutes of the game, no tactics whatsoever. The tactics is those two numpties on the wing, cross the ball in the middle, put Wissa and Voltemata in there, and do whatever it is, run, do whatever. But not even that. There's no desperation. It's all, you know how when one of your attributes for Eddie Howe has been cool, calm, and collected. Well, sometimes you don't need that. Sometimes you need to be frantic. Try to do whatever.
Summed up the game, right?
Yeah, go on.
60 seconds to go. They're passing it around the defence, right? And the referee blows a whistle. That summed up the game. Instead of putting it into the box whenever you can, they were passing it round.
Yeah, spot on, mate. Spot on.
Yeah. Well, Marco.
Can I give you some advice?
Yes.
You know, when you're phoning up, it's hard. I think it's your end. It's hard, you know. I think the lad on before, he was having problems and all. It's the sound, and that's not very good.
You can't hear us.
It's hard to hear you, isn't it?
We'll definitely try. We'll definitely try to sort something out, mate. Don't worry. Let me see. Right. We'll definitely try to sort something out so you can hear us better. Actually, let me try to see if you hear. Do you hear us better now?
Aye.
There you
go. That's good. Aye.
Now we sorted it, man. See, that's we try and error, baby. This is a channel for the fans, by the fans, and all of that.
Yeah, it is.
There you go, baby.
I've never phoned up no show in my life since the Three Legends were on. When I remember the Three Legends.
Oh, we remember.
And it's coming back, boy. It's coming back. Proves that we're wangers.
It's coming back, baby. It is coming back. Marco, thank you very much for phoning in, man. Phone us again.
Right.
And we got a match again, man. If you don't call, what's your prediction on the Fulham game? If you don't call tomorrow, which you should anyway.
I'll do it quick then. I think we'll win 2-1, but it'll be a hard one, and we'll be more in the next year. But we'll win 2-1.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Okay. Lovely, mate. Thank you very much indeed, and we'll see. We'll talk soon, okay? Cheers, buddy. There you go, ladies and gents. That was we sorted that volume out. Hopefully, it works now, and it's proper.
Random access, £5. Thank you very much, Random. How about Chris in?
There you go, baby. Lovely.
There you go.
Eddie Howe all day, every day.
No, no, man. Well, listen, I don't like doing that. You know, I felt empty when doing that, when saying that. But I just don't think he can. I just got a video on Voltemata leaving the stadium and leaving the yesterday stadium, and the Mackems were going on about Voltemata. You know, cheers, chant of hero. It is top level banter, by the way, but that's what you gotta suffer now, man. The aftermath. That's gonna last for a long time.
It'll last till Wednesday.
Hide your wives, hide your kids, because the banter is gonna be criminal. Hey,
50,000 rolling out at St. James's Park on Wednesday night. Tell me, mommy, we won't be home for tea. We're going to Wembley. That's how long it'll last.
Man. This is a quarterfinal, man. We can't go to Wembley after this. Man, when? You still on that, man? Oh, he's never gonna realize, He's never gonna realize, man. He's never gonna realize it. But you know, somebody was saying once in the chat, said, "I don't blame Win. You know, when you're poor and you ain't got no money to buy, a sandwich. When somebody feeds you, gives you a hand, you'll love them forever, no matter how bad they do you. But that's it. Right now, Win is hypnosis, man. It's rubbing off, but he still has it. You know, eventually you'll come to your senses. It'll be too late, though. It'll be too late. You should have been honest with Eddie. You should have told him straight. Instead of happy clapping, you should have been honest and told him, fix this, fix that, do this, do that. Instead, you waited until his ultimate demise.
I often said I would love to have got Marino in a lift for 30 seconds. I wish I could get Eddie in a lift for 30 seconds.
Yeah. Anyways, lads, thank you very much all for tuning in. A lot of people watching today. Appreciate all your support. Thank you to all the callers, of course, and the super chatters. We will be back later on tonight, 7:30 UK, with the early night show and the late night show, back to back, and bringing you the latest trending stories. And of course, we'll be talking about news. Hopefully, updating you on Dan Burn. I did think we suffered from Dan Burn getting out. To be honest, I have to admit. So of course, you'll see a lot of.
For Dan Burn particularly, if he hadn't been off the pitch, then
that would have been his area. That would have been his area.
Where Voldemort was would have been his spot on area. Exactly.
So later on tonight, 7:30 p.m. Join us. Toon fans will be absolutely devastated, but the question remains: can Eddie Howe turn things around? Probably Mighty Win will be the only one coming up with some crazy excuse as to why or a reason. Maybe two planets will collide and you will have Eddie Howe. Lightning will strike, but lightning doesn't strike twice. So we shall see. Thank you very much, all of you. See you tonight, 7:30 UK kickoff. See you later, folks.
We're the lads.